Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
We live?
Yep.
Good evening. Today is Wednesday, July 5th, 2023 at 5:30 PM. We are in the Brecksville Broadview Heights Education Center, 6638 Mill Road, Brecksville, Ohio, 44141. This is a special meeting of the Board of Education in the public for the purpose of considering number one, personnel recommendations, and number two, a resolution on the sale of Highland. This is not to be considered a public community meeting. There will be no public participation at this meeting. This meeting will be live streamed via YouTube and will also be recorded for later viewing. Please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. Item 1B, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 1C, roll call.
Mrs. Kramer?
Yeah.
Mrs. Kwiatkowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Mack? Mrs. Wigman?
Yes.
Mr. Dosen?
Yes, Mrs. Mack will not be with us this evening. Item 2A, personnel recommendations. Resolve to approve attached personnel recommendations. May I have a motion?
Second.
You want to pull those up?
Sure.
So part of the reason for this special meeting was for us to approve these personnel recommendations. They were time sensitive. They could not wait until our July 19th board meeting. So this is the primary reason why we're having this meeting.
Like, what is happening? It wants to authenticate me. There we go.
Any questions or comments?
I just will make the comment, Mr. Elliott, if you're listening, congratulations. Your American Legal System class will be very happy that you are on this list for recommended hire for next year.
Any other comments or questions?
No.
Roll call.
Mrs. Kramer?
Yes.
Mrs. Kwiatkowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Wigman?
Yes.
Mr. Dosen?
Yes, motion carries 4-0. Item 2C, resolve to approve the sale of Highland property to Triban and Highland Real Estate Transfer and Development Agreement as attached. May I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
So there's two documents in here. The one is it's a revised resolution approving the sale. And then the other piece is the transfer and development agreement that we had previously signed that we're doing full board approval on. So it's also then a new version of like the original sale of Highland to Triban is what Mr. Riley sent us.
Okay. And for those that are plugging in, this is really an update. So if you recall, we put Highland out we used the city of Brecksville to help market it and put it out for proposals. The board eventually accepted a proposal from Triban, a real estate development company, for $1.1 million. They had put 10% down in earnest money, which was $110,000. We had thought that they would close sooner and they needed some more time. And so we negotiated an extension of time. So nothing fundamentally changes with the agreement other than what you'll see in this revision is that they provided the district an additional $300,000 in earnest money. And they codified that if they back out of the deal for whatever reason, we keep the $110,000 in earnest money. But nobody's expecting that to happen, but it's in writing if it is. And their extension is, I think it was September 15th, that they hope to close on the property. So nothing fundamentally changes. It's just an extension to give them some more time to do what they need to do. So hopefully all goes well, and before September 15th, they close on the property. And if not, we'll talk about that if that happens, but we don't expect that to happen. Any questions or comments? One last comment is that we were given legal guidance that we didn't have to actually board approve this, that we had the ability to move forward with this without approving it. But the board felt it was important for full transparency for the community that we go through and board approve it and post this document out there so that everybody understands we're trying to do everything out in the open and in public. So this is another effort by the board to try to be fully transparent. So that's why we're doing this. All right, roll call.
Mrs. Kramer,
Yeah.
Mrs. Kwiatkowski,
Yes.
Mrs. Wigman,
Yes.
Mr. Dosen.
Yes, motion carries 4-0. Item 3, a announcement of meetings. The next regular meeting of the Board of Education is scheduled for July 19th at 7 p.m. Item 4, resolve to adjourn the meeting. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Roll call.
Mrs. Kramer,
Yes.
Mrs. Kwiatkowski,
Yes.
Mrs. Wigman,
Yes.
Mr. Dosen.
Yes, that's it. Everyone have a cool and safe summer.